Today's show is brought to you by namtab. Namtab, the energy drink from Vietnam that Batman drinks. That's right, Batman. And by Batman, I mean Bruce Wayne. And by Bruce Wayne, I mean Christian Bale. And by Christian Bale, I mean John Connor. And by John Connor, I mean Fox! Bring back Sarah Connor Chronicles. It was the most amazing show ever, and Summer Glau was amazing, and Brian Austin Green deserves to act after 90210. So, in case you haven't noticed, today's show is a little different. It's slightly scripted. That's right, slightly scripted. What does that mean? It means I have a piece of paper with some points written in highlighter for today's show. Topic numero uno, body wash for men. Old Spice, Neutrogena, Dove. There's been an onslaught of commercials suddenly for men for body wash. What can this mean? It means that too many people who work in the television commercial industry have noticed that their 14-year-old boys don't take baths. Their solution? Market to them that women find men who bathe attractive. And you know what I have to say for that? Thank you so much, commercial and television executives who thought of this idea. It's brilliant, and I'm so glad that the men are finally bathing on a regular basis. We owe you one. And by we, I mean womanhood. By womanhood, I mean me, because men are so smelly in high school. Like, seriously, there was this one guy, in freshman year, he didn't smell bad, but then in his sophomore year, I have no idea what happened, but all of a sudden, it was all stanky, and it was gross, and oh my gosh, it was just, ugh. Anyone with a kid that's a boy that's under 10, expect for them to start smelling by the time they hit 50. I don't know what happens. When girls go through puberty, it's different than boys. Just keep an eye on your boys and make sure they're bathing regularly, and make sure they watch enough TV to see those commercials that tell them that men are attractive to women who bathe on a regular basis. Next topic. We had a comment from my friend Cameo, who used to babysit me when I was a baby. I was actually more like 4 years old. I went to a baby shower, I took a balloon, I stuck it in the butt of my pants, and I walked around like a dove. She also gave me a piece of cake, and she put M&Ms in it, and she gave it to me, and this was a huge slice as big as my head, and I was like, can I have dinner, please? So, my good friend, Cameo, wants to know, does anyone else hate the word law? Well, no, you're the only one. But I do think I know what you're talking about. Acronyms. They are appropriate in text messages. Some people have a texting plan where they can only send 160 letters at a time. So it makes sense to say law, but acronyms are also important in texting to help show that you're making a sarcastic comment or that you're replying jokingly, because it's bad when you send a comment like, your face is terrible, and then you send a law, everything's okay. You don't send a law, you and your friend aren't talking anymore. So law does have its place, but shortening other words, not okay. Like the word see as in I see you, Jake Sully from James Cameron's Avatar. It's not okay to say I see you. Like I see you. That's the intensive care unit, people. That belongs in a hospital, not in a text message. Moving on. I'm going to be ripping off the Mark and Brian radio program, I think. Avatar: The Last Airbender was created by two people named Mike and Brian, so I get the two confused because I listen to Mark and Brian in the morning, and Mike and Brian created a great TV show. Anyways, I'm ripping them off today, and I am reading a list of beauty care myths. Why? Because I'm a chick, and it's a stereotypical thing for me to do, and I'm going to do it. So, I'm going to be reading it off so you see my eyes like this, because I'm going to be reading. I'm going to see how well I can do with that. Myth number 1. I pluck one gray hair, multiple gray hairs will grow back in its place. Fiction. This isn't true, which is good because some of us were starting to worry. While plucking gray hairs won't make more grow back in its place, it's not a good habit to get into since it can damage the root. Myth number 2. Cocoa butter will help get rid of stretch marks. Fiction. There are plenty of creams and lotions that claim to eliminate or at least minimize stretch marks. While we would love for all these to work, stretch marks are caused by weight gain or loss and usually can't be reversed. Well, I haven't had a baby, so I don't know about stretch marks. I'm only 20, not going to be 21 until August. Not old. I don't have to worry about this. Actually, the first two don't bother me at all, really. I think I've had like one gray hair, and it was like when I was 17. Yeah, doesn't matter. Anyway, myth number 3. Split ends can be reversed. Fiction. Unfortunately, once split ends happen, the only way to get rid of them is getting a haircut. The good news is the right hair products can definitely make them less noticeable. Try a pomade like John Frieda's Frizz Ease Cream Serum overnight repair formula. Also try to limit the use of heated tools and appliances, hair dryers, flat irons, etc. for shinier, healthier locks. Well, that's okay if you're Caucasian, but when you're Hispanic and you have tough hair, or you have hair that when it dries for some reason the left side looks okay, but the right side kinks the heck out, not really good. But it's nice to see that they list that there are preventive measures. I myself use Bumble and Bumble hairspray before I blow dry my hair because it helps protect my hair from the heat. Myth number 4. Certain cleansers can make your pores smaller. Again, another thing I'm not worried about because I don't really break out. Fiction. Pore size is genetic, so although there are tons of products out there claiming to shrink the size of your pores, they won't work to minimize pores permanently. What they can do temporarily is make your pores appear smaller. Hey, we'll take what we can get. So it's kind of like if your mom has a big butt and your dad has a big butt and they get married and they have a baby, their baby, or you, because I said you earlier, is going to have a big butt. Although that doesn't explain Kim Kardashian. Myth number 5. Crossing your legs causes varicose veins. Varicose veins. Oh, okay. Fiction. There are plenty of ways to potentially develop varicose veins, but none of them are related to crossing your legs. Sigh of relief. In parentheses. Some examples of what could cause varicose veins include genetics, obesity, trauma to the skin, etc. I have no idea what varicose veins are, and I'm not going to worry about it because, again, I'm only 20. Myth number 6. Teeth whiteners can damage tooth enamel. Ooh, this one's a fact. Make sure to follow the directions line by line when using teeth whitening products. If these products are used improperly or too frequently, it can result in permanent damage to your teeth. Kind of like when you drink orange juice after having brushed your teeth, because what happens is the orange juice does something to weaken the teeth. I don't know, I'm not a scientist. And finally, myth number 7. Sleeping on your back may prevent wrinkles. Fact. After hearing this, we're never sleeping on our sides again. The American Academy of Dermatology says that sleeping in certain positions may result in sleep lines. After time, these lines can turn into deep-set wrinkles. So flip over and get your shut-eye on your back. Well, that works for me. I had headgear and I got used to sleeping on my back. Alright, I can't think of any other topics for right now. Next time on this, we're going to discuss how, what's his name song from like 1996, 97? I don't remember. I was like 7. Anyways, what's his face's song, I Like Big Butts. How it applies more today with Jennifer Lopez and Kim Kardashian than it did back in 1987. Thanks for watching.